Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Can you guys able to hear my voice? Uh, just let me know. Hello, are you guys able to hear my voice? I did not got any responses yet. We already have 12 members on the stream. Just let me know if my voice is audible. Okay, welcome Janvi. Hello, hi. Okay, okay, Bhargav. How are you guys? What's happening with the front end? Okay, it is little low. Okay, guys, just let me know what's happening with the front end. What's your progress and are you liking this bootcamp? Just let me know. Okay, audible but somewhat low. I'll try to speak bit louder. There is something issue with my laptop. I'll just speak louder, okay? Till then, just let me know what's happening with the front end. We'll wait for a few more minutes, like 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, and we'll start the session. Okay? Till then, just let me know. Okay, hello. Hello, Anil. Guys, are you liking this bootcamp? Any suggestion for us? Just let me know because this is the first time for me to do an online session like this. Just let me know if you have any suggestions for us, and especially for me because we'll wait for more 1 minute. Till then, please send your responses. It's good. Okay, thanks, Shruti. Hello, Arati. Hi. Your explanation is very nice. Thanks, Shruti. Actually, this is my first time, so I'm a bit nervous, and I think I made a lot of mistakes, I guess. On the top, yeah, it's easy to understand. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we'll start the session. It is nice session. We are understanding each and every concept clearly. Thank you, Manikanta. Thanks for the response. Okay, so we'll start. So yeah. Hello everyone, welcome back to the day 4 of our front-end web development bootcamp. Today we are going to explore about the magic of CSS and how it can transform your web pages into something truly amazing. Okay, I just wanted to quickly apologize because I have a bit of cold today. If my voice is little different or if I sneeze, I hope you all bear with me. पता नहीं कोल्ड को क्या हुआ आज ही आना था उसको. So today, before we jump into the today's exciting session, let's have a quickly recap of what we did before on the previous year. On the day one, we learned about what is web development and different roles involved and took our first steps into HTML. On the day two, we learned about attributes, which are like special instructions, and then we learned about tables and forms, and even made a login page using HTML. Okay. Then on day three, we started styling things up with the CSS and learned about different selectors, different type of selectors, figure out how to write CSS in different ways. Like I mentioned, the three different ways to link CSS, and finally we got to know about the box model. Okay. So today we'll be covering the one of the most important topics in CSS, which is the Flexbox, and then position, and we'll in the lastly we'll design a login page using HTML CSS. Okay, and tomorrow we'll discuss about the JavaScript. We'll learn about the JavaScript. So okay, so everyone will have a doubt. Why do we use Flexbox in CSS? If I say it simply, it makes arranging and aligning elements on a web page much easier and more flexible. That is a simple definition for a flexbox. So for layouting, for designing elements, we use flexbox. Okay, we'll discuss different type of different properties in it. I'll just open my VS Code. 1 minute. Okay, yeah. I'll open my VS Code. Then here, first of all, I'll make few tags. Till then, you can learn the properties too. I'll make an div tag. The class name would be container. Okay, in this I'll have multiple. I will create a multiple boxes. I'll show you an example how CSS works, like how Flexbox works. I'll make that 1 minute, one, and then class name box, or else I'll name this parent and child. Okay, and I'll add two class names for this. Child is one class name and other child one is other class name, and similar to this I'll just copy this child. I'll change this. As we already discussed, we cannot use id same id to multiple elements. That is why I'm using class. Okay, if anyone has that doubt. Okay, so this 1 2 3 4 and 5. I already linked the external CSS file here, link rel style sheet and this one. Okay, now for the body, I'll give a background color. I'll give a background color of, let's say, yeah, this one, and I'll give a height of 3000 pixels. I'll tell you why. Okay, I'll just open the browser. Okay, this is how it looks now. So now I'll design this boxes one. Okay, before that, I'll say parent dot parent width should be 100% or 100 viewport width. What does this means? It's like see, this is my window, right? From here to here. If we say that 100 viewport width means 100% of the viewport width, it means that it will take the whole width of your laptop, the screen which is available for the page. Okay, and similar to that, if I do it for height, then 100 VH viewport height. Here I'll do this with 100 VW. Okay. Now in this, we have child, right? So I'll style the child. First of all, I'll give a background color. Means I'll give a border of 2px solid black, and then width of 100 px, and suppose height of 100 px. Okay, so you guys see that we have this one, and I'll add a margin. So now we'll start with the first concept. Suppose you want to arrange these boxes in a single row. How can you do that? For that we use Flexbox. Okay, we have in this, make sure that see, this is the parent container and these are the childs. I want this all childs to be in a single line. So in parent, I'll just specify display flex. By default it will arrange the childs in a single row. Okay, can you see that? This is how the default flex works. Suppose if I want, I don't want the it in the row format. I want in a column. Flex direction set to column. Okay. Again, it is same. And if I specify row, this is by default. Okay. You can see that. It's same. If you uncomment this, it will work as same. Okay. This is the difference. Now we have another property called justify content. One, I'll just add a margin to the left. Okay, here there is a line, right? I want a gap between this between the boxes. So for that I'll add a margin left of 5px. Okay, in child, for every child there should be a margin. See, for every child there should be a margin of 5px on the left. So we have a margin of 5px. Okay, now the next property is justify content. Okay, so when do we use justify? Suppose we have a value justify content to center. Okay, you see that the all the child boxes are in the center of the page. If I make this flex start, it will be by default. 1 minute. Yeah, it will be by default. This is how it looks. If I make this flex end, okay, it will go on to the end. And this one is one, and then we have space around. There will be a space around here, and there will, this is how it looks. And if it is space between, okay, there will be a space between all the boxes. See, you don't see here, there is a space between each and every box. And then we have space evenly. The space will be distributed evenly across all the boxes. See, you'll see the same width, same size. Okay, now you see that when the display flex is set to flex row, now we have set the flex direction to row by default, right? So here the 1 minute, yeah, here the main axis is horizontal. I will comment this. So here the main axis is horizontal. What does this mean? When we are styling this, when we applying the justify content to center, it is styling it horizontally. The center is on it is on center when we do that on horizontal manner, right? So that is what this is known as the main axis. So when the flex direction is set to row, okay, when we use only the display flex, the main axis is the horizontal, okay, and the cross axis is vertical. You need to be clear that this. Let me know if you have any doubts, if you have any confusion. See, this is the main axis. Horizontal is the main axis, and vertically is the cross axis. Okay. So now, when we use justify content, we are layouting it using the main axis. It is working on the main axis, right? Now I have another property. So this is the main axis, right? Okay, main axis. And now we have another property to style the elements vertically. For that we use align items. Same. If we use center, it will align it in the center. Okay. Now we are aligning it on the this one cross axis. Okay. This is the difference. In align items, we lay out we design using the cross axis, and for this one we use main axis. That is the difference. Okay, again similar to this flex start, it will be here. If I make this flex end, then you see that here. Yeah. Is this clear, guys? Just let me know if you have any confusions or any doubts. Just let me know if you have any confusions, and is it good to go? Can we proceed now? This is for the flex direction row. The main in 1 minute when flex, then the direction is the row, main axis is horizontal, and direction. Now direction is column. Okay. Now the main axis becomes vertical, and the cross axis becomes horizontal. Okay. See, I'll show you flex direction to column. Okay. I'll just remove this and I'll add again. Now, if I set justify content to center, it won't align the elements horizontally. It will align it vertically. I'll show you. Do you see that? It is aligning vertically. So the main axis is vertical now. So we use justify content for aligning on the main axis and align items for the cross axis. Okay. If I say this flex end, see, you see that this is the end part. And if I make this flex start, and you already know the result, this is by default, this is how it looks. Okay. And again, yeah, that is it. This is the main one, and the next properties are this. I'll just comment this, and next one, for the next one I'll add more children's. Control B, Control B. Okay, then we have 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Again for this 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I'll just put this in a single row. For that, I'll remove this. That is it. Okay. Now, what I want is, suppose when I decrease the width. See, when I'm decreasing the width for this, the boxes are shrinking, right? I don't want that to happen. What can I do for that? For that, I'll simply use flex wrap. First of all, if I add no wrap, then it is by default. This is how it looks. This is normal case. If I want this to not to happen, so for that I'll use wrap. Okay. This is it. 1 minute, guys. Okay, 1 minute. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, now if I set this to wrap, what does it happen? See, as you can see, when I slowly keep decreasing this, it will go on to the new line. So the boxes are not shrinking. Okay, this is how we look. This is what flex wrap is. Now, when we use flex wrap property, we'll get another property with it, like align content. This is not same as the align items, but we use it for styling on the cross axis. Okay, if I make this center, you see that it is on the center. Similarly, if I do that with the flex end, if I make this flex end, okay, here it goes. This is how it works. This is nothing but the align content. Align items and align content are completely different. Like not completely different, but we use align content with flex wrap. We cannot use that without the flex wrap. Okay, that is the difference. The next one is uh, gap. Okay, now suppose I haven't say I'll comment out this. You see there is no gap between every boxes. Suppose if I want a gap on every column, so this is a column, right? I want a gap. For that I'll use column gap is equals to 5px. Now you can see there is a gap of 5px on every column. Similarly, if you have, suppose if I make this column, and now you need row gap. For that we use row gap 5px. Okay, row gap 5px. And you don't want to duplicate the values, you can simply use gap to 5px. It will add to both. Okay, you'll get the 5px here. Even if you make this uh, in a row, single row, you'll get the 5px. Okay, and also there is another value we can pass, like this is for column and this is for row, 10px. Okay, if I make this row again, you can see, so this value is for the column gap, this one is for the row gap. Okay, next one is flex grow. Now suppose there are this element, I'll remove few elements, few boxes, few childs. Okay, I'll just remove 6 boxes and I'll of this. Now I'll just simply add, I'll keep this. Okay, now suppose I want the first box to take the remaining space in this line of the whole width. What can I do for that? For that we use flex rip. First of all, the class name of the child one. Okay, this is the class name for the child one. I'll copy this. In this I'll say flex shrink is equals to 1. 1 means it will take the all the 1 minute, what happened? I'll just reload this. Okay, okay, it's not the flex shrink, I think it's flex grow. Sorry, flex grow. Okay, now you can see that it took the whole remaining space for that when we use flex grow. If it is 0, then yeah, it is by default. Another property is flex shrink. Before explaining flex shrink, I will show you what was the problem. Now if I make this, if I see all the width of the childs are decreasing, shrinking, right? Suppose you don't want it to happen to a particular child. Suppose I don't want that to happen for the child 1. You can say flex shrink is equals to 0. That means, see that when we do this, you can see it is not shrinking. The child 1 is not shrinking. If I make this 5, it will shrink. See that it will shrink to 5. Okay, next one is flex basis. In this, the value will be the width. So why do we use flex basis? Suppose you want to change the width of a particular child afterward. Here we have the width of 100 px, but you want 200 px. Okay, for every child we have a width of 100 px, right? For suppose you want to change the width of a selected child, for that we use flex basis. You see that the width is 200. Yeah, this is what the three properties are. And if you want to use it in combination, we can use as a simple one. This is one flex. The first one will be the string grow value, string value, and then the basis value. Okay, if you make if you only write okay, if you only write 1, then the remaining values will be 0. Okay, by default the remaining flex string and basis value will be 0. Now if I save this, you can see it took up the whole space, whole remaining space. Okay, this is what Flexbox is. And another last one, I'll cover the last one. Another one is order. Suppose we have child 1 to 5. You want child 1 to be last, place last. By using CSS we can do that, like order to -1, order to 1. It will, okay, you see that we have 1 here and the 2 goes here. Suppose if I remove this, I'll show you. We have as it is 1 2 3 4 5. Suppose if I want to bring the child 5 on the top, we can do that by using order -1, because see, you can see 5 here, because every tag starts from the 0. Okay, by default it will start from 0. If you make this one is 0, 1 is 0. That's the reason we are using -1 and 1. This is the few properties of the Flexbox. This is it for the Flexbox. Just let me know if you have any doubts or any confusions for this. If it is good to go, and then I will continue. Till then I will show you a game so that you guys can enjoy. I will show you Flexbox Froggy. Yeah, just go onto this website and yeah, use this. Okay, we have multiple levels. Okay, it's telling you that this frog should be at this position. What can you do? We use justify content. So see, here the display flex is displays flex, which means flex direction is set to row. For that, the main axis will be horizontal. So now we need to place this frog horizontally on the right, okay, on the end. For that, we use justify content to flex end. Okay, the spelling wrong. Okay, the next one is yeah, we need to bring this on the center. Like justify content center. Okay, if you want to flexbox, in a vertical row, see, I have mentioned that. 1 minute, I'll show you. When we use display flex, by default the flex direction is set to row. For that, the main axis is horizontal, so you don't have any other way to style vertical, to place the objects vertical and horizontal. This simple that the which one, the justify content works on the main axis and the align items works on the cross axis. That is the difference. Okay, everything is same, just the main axis and cross axis changes. If it is flex direction is set to row, then the main axis is horizontal, cross axis is vertical. If the flex direction is column, the main axis is vertical and the cross axis is horizontal. Okay, that is the only difference. You don't have any separate way to style vertical or horizontal. Okay, you can try this game out for your practice. See, uh, here we are aligning it on the main axis. We want to align it on the main axis, and there is a space around. You see that there is space around this. You can use justify content to space for 1 minute around. Okay, this is it. You can try this game out so that you can. It is a good practice. I'll recommend you all to play this game to get the concept. Well, next we'll move on the positions. Okay. Okay, great. Now we'll move on to the positions one. For this, I'll just simply do this. I'll remove this child one. Okay. We'll keep this. I'll keep this. Even I'll keep doing this will work. How will this work? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. Now I want to place the. Now see, I want to place this one in the center. How can I? First of all, we need to use justify content to place it here. Okay. Then we use align items to place it here. I'll show you. We use in the child. Okay, we'll use display flex. Here we are using the child one. The parent is different. Child for the child. Okay. Here flex. Okay. First of all, display flex. Then justify content to center. You see that it is on the center. Now I want to bring it here vertically. For that I use align item center. You see that it is on the center. This is one of the popular meme in development, how to center a div. This is how it works. Okay, you need to specify the width and height, then use this, simply use this. That is it for center any element into in a center. Okay, now I'll show you the positions. There are different types of position. Before that, I'll tell you why do we use position. Okay, CSS position is like having a superpower for arranging stuff on a web page. Okay, it's how we tell elements exactly where to sit, whether they should overlap or stay fixed in a place. If you want to move any element on a page, we can use positions for that. Now you see that we haven't applied any positions. Use the this is the order. Okay. Now the first one we'll discuss is position fixer. This is by default. Oh, sorry, position static. This is by default position. Now each and every child is of position static. Even if I add this here, position static, it is same. Okay, by default every element is of position static. When we use position static, we get use of z index. Okay, this is something I think we'll discuss this later because it's already 7:33. Okay, the next one is position static. The next one is relative. Is everything clear? Is everything clear? Okay, the next one is position relative. When do we use relative? Suppose if you want to move an element, okay, from its normal position. Suppose I want to move this second child a bit. I'll move it to. I'll show you. I'll show you 1 minute. Child 1, 2. I'll add position relative here. Position relative. Okay. Then from top, I want to move it to 10px. See that the first element is moved 10px from the top. Okay, if you can go kind of slow. I think we have more 15 minutes left. 15 to 10, yeah, 15 minutes left for a session. I'll try. Okay, cool. Okay, so now yeah, position relative. What we did is from the normal position of this child, we have moved it to 10 px bottom. Okay, we push that element, we push this child to 10 px from the top. Okay, suppose if I make this 200 pixels. Okay, you see that from the top it is 200 pixels gap. This is what relative is. So when do we use relative? When we want to move an element from its normal position. At that time we use position relative. Okay, the next one is absolute. I'll just remove this. See, I'll show you. If I make this absolute, you'll see a div is missing. Okay, 1 and 2 are overlapping. That is because when we use position absolute, what it does is it will be removed from the document. First of all, the element is removed from the document, and it is not like in case of relative, it leaves a gap, right? In the case of position absolute, it doesn't leave a gap. It will just remove from the document. If we make it top 100 pixels, now it will be relative on the parent tag. For now, the parent tag is the this. The parent means this is the child and this is the parent. So it will depend on the parent one. If I make this position absolute and top 100 px, it will go parent to 100 pixels. Okay, I'll show you 1 minute. If I make this body, if I make the body margin top to 200 pixels. Okay, now if I show you and the width background color to suppose, okay, this one. Now see, now we use absolute when we want to work with the relative. If I make this child position relative and this is position absolute, so this will be dependent on this one. So this is relative to the parent. Now you see that. I'll save this. What happened? Okay, top 100 pixels. Position, okay, position static, and then isn't this loading? 1 minute. What's happening? Position absolute, position relative. Okay, this is working fine. Yeah. Now top to 100 pixels, and then yeah. In case of absolute, it doesn't leaves a gap. Okay. Whereas in case of relative, in case of relative, it doesn't leaves it leaves a gap, and in absolute, it doesn't leaves a gap. So that is the difference. It works on the relative one. Okay. The next one is position fixed. I'll just remove this. Position fixed. So when do we use fixed? Suppose I'll just remove this one. We don't need this now. Okay. Okay. Now see that when we use position fixed, it works with the browser. It is relative to the window. Okay, this window. It doesn't care about the parent. It does care of the window. Okay, if I make this top top to 100 pixels, it will be fixed at this point. Okay, even if I scroll, see I'm scrolling, but it is fixed to the top 100 pixels. Suppose if I make this bottom to 0, we have top, bottom to 0. Okay, and see it is on the bottom. Okay, and then if I make this on the right to 0, where does this went go? Okay, this one, see it is on the bottom. If I make this left, top, left, left to 20 pixels, think this, okay, this here, it is here. And if I make this right, okay, it is here. This is how the position works, or position fixed works. It doesn't care about the parent. It is just relative on the window. We call this as a window, right? This is about the position fixed. Now we have position sticky. In this, it is similar to fixed, but it is dependent on the normal position. It is related to the normal position. See, suppose now if I make this, see now by default, this is how it looks, right? Now I want, when I scroll, 2 should appear here. It should not move from here. For that, I'll just simply use position sticky and then top to 5px. Okay. Now when I scroll this with the 1, okay, for child 1, right? Okay, 1 is in the same place. Okay. This is how the position fixed works. You see that? The difference between the fixed and the sticky is, in case of fixed, it is relative to the window. Okay, it will be static on that window, it won't change. Whereas in sticky, it is relative on its position. See, it doesn't leave a gap. If I make this sticky, okay, in case of fixed, 1 minute, in case of fixed, see, you'll see that it will overlap. This fixed and relatives bits almost similar, but whereas in case of fixed, the relative is the window, and in case of absolute, the relative can be a parent, first parent, meaning that, see, this is the child, right? In this, we added a absolute position absolute to this one. So then this will be the first parent, this will be the second parent, and the next one is the HTML will be the third parent. Okay, this is what the difference is on all the position. Okay, this is it for the positions. Guys, let me know if you have any doubts or any confusions in this. Just let me know it quickly. Any doubts in it? Is everything clear? Guys, just let me know if this is clear. Yes, bro, Rakesh. Okay, we'll wait for few more folks. Guys, just let me know if you have any doubts. Yes, okay. Yes, yes. Okay. So no doubts, right? I think this is it for the positions part. So we have position static, which is the default. Every element is of position static. So how to move image position? It is same. See, if you just include the image tag, and give it a class name, and you can do all the similar kind of operations. You can apply the similar properties for that too. It will work. This properties works on every element. Okay, it doesn't care about whether it is an image or not. It works on every position. So first of all, we have position static. By default, every element is of position static. Then we have the position relative, which moves. If you want to move the element relative, 1 minute. Okay, yeah. In position relative, if you want to move any element from its position, like if you want to move a bit down or left or right, you want to move it on left or right, you can use that. It doesn't leaves it leaves a gap. Whereas in case of absolute, when we add an absolute to a tag, it removes the tag. The element gets removed from the document, and then by uh, by using that window, it will get position itself. Okay, it won't leave a gap. It will just disappear from that. It will be visible, but it will be disappear for them from the document. And then we have the position fixed. It is similar to the absolute, but in case of absolute, there can be a parent. Uh, this in case of absolute, this can be a parent. Okay, whereas in case of fixed, the parent will be the window by default. You cannot add any other parent for that. This is the window, and then we have position sticky. If you want to make this like you have some websites, like when you scroll that, the navbar will be visible. That is because of the position sticky. That is the difference. How to enter color brown? Okay, you can use the simple color brown, or else we have, this is one way to do it. Another thing is we can use hexadecimal. We have hash codes for that. Suppose if you want to add white color, we can use FFFF. Okay, this is a hex code. We call this as hex code. Another one is RGBA. Suppose if you want black, this is one way, and this is other way. Another way to include is by using the RGBA colors. RGB colors. Okay, this is the way. Now we'll design a nav login page. Okay, I'll just remove. I'll make another login.html. Okay. For this, I'll create another CSS file. Now I'll just use a VS Code extension for that, so that I don't need to write this. It's not necessary to know that. Okay, then we have. Okay. First of all, I will show you what login page we'll be building today. 1 minute. Okay. Guys, till then, please like the video, like the stream, and make sure you subscribe to this channel, Code Sprint. That is very important. If you are liking this video, then please do like and share, and also share it with your friends. Okay, this is the login page. I'll share in the chat. This is the login page we are going to build today. Okay, for that I'll write the code, HTML code for that. First of all, this is a form. Okay, this is a form. I'll simply add form. Then inside this we have, see, we have input, two inputs. Input type text, and then name, username. Okay, and the ID will be the username name, and okay, the next one is input, or else if you I'll use another label too, so that I can show you the display flex one. Label will be the username, so that we cover every property and tags for username. Okay, I'll close this in a single div, because by default, see, I'll show you. Okay, by default, this is aligning in a single row. I don't want this to happen. I want in a separate row. For that, I'm using a div for that. I'll show you why did I use this. Then I'll include another div. Another div. This is for the password. Okay, we have password. Then username will be password. Name will be password, and the types will be password, and the ID will also be the password. Okay. The next one is I'm first creating the structure. The next one is, you see, forgot password. Here I'll simply add, or else what can I do? I'll do this. Okay, I'll add in this only. Okay, I'll add a span forget password. Okay, this is it. And the next one is button. You see that in this div, then we have a button. So button name submit, and this will be of type submit. Okay, and the other next one is not a member in sign up. So I'll add another span not a member. You see that there is a text of white and a green color. How we can do that? We can use that. We can do that using another span in this, and then I'll close this. What is this? Sign up now. Okay, sign up now. So this is how it looks. I'll show you. This is how it looks, and we need to make this look like this. Okay, we'll do that. And also we have forgot to include the login form text. I'll do that here. Okay, h1 login form. Okay, login form. Now I'll link the CSS. As we already discussed how to link a CSS, we use link rel style sheet type text slash CSS, and then the href, the location of that will be login.css. Okay, I'll close this. Here, first of all, I'll give login.css. Okay, here. First of all, for the body, I'll add a background color. This I want to add this background. For that, I'll recommend you to download this extension, color picker for Chrome. Okay, search this and download this extension. After downloading, you will get like this, and then pick and then color. You'll get the hex code. If you want it hex code, you can get this, or else RGB format. I'll copy the hex code and I'll paste background color to this. Okay, the width should be of 100 viewport width. Okay, and the height should also be the 100 viewport height. You see that there is an overflow use. For that, we use a property called overflow hidden. You won't see any scroll now. If you want for the x-axis, you use this. Okay, only for the x-axis you use this. 1 minute, I'll connect my charger. Okay, so now I'll do this. First of all, I want it to look like this. The form should be of color this one. For that, I will just again use the same extension, pick, and then this color for the login form. Okay, see that in the login form for this tag, I'll use login.css form. For the form, the background color should be of this. Okay, and the width should be suppose 200 pixels, and height should be fit content. This means that the content width, whatever the content has, it will adjust to it with. I'll share the attendance link 1 minute. Okay, here goes the attendance link. I'll complete the login form, so that let me know if should I continue the login form. I'll build this login form if you all want it to. By the way, I've shared the attendance link. If you, I'll just do that. Okay, the login form. You see that? Now I want this to appear in the center. For that, we already discussed about the flex. Here in the body, I want, see, this is a parent. I want the content, the child. This child is the form, right? So I want this to be in center. For that, we use in the display flex. First, we use justify content to center. It will align on the main axis, and then align items to the center. Okay, yes. Okay, cool. I'll continue. Okay, so it is on the center, right? That's great. And the next one is, now see, in the padding, in the form, you see that there is a padding here. Okay, first of all, I'll make this width. Width should be of, I think, 270 pixels. How will this look? Okay. I'll increase a bit more. I'll make this 400. Okay, yeah, this is good. Now you see that there is no padding here, but in this there is a padding. For that, I'll add a padding inside the box. Padding to 12 pixels. Okay, now there is a padding. We'll continue that 1 minute. I'll just now I want to style the, which I think this is getting a little confusing. Index, I'll name this index style.css. Okay, login dot. In this, I want to make this h1 to the white, and I want to align it in a center. For that, I use h1. You can use class names too, but I am using tag names directly. You can just simply add a class or just name it and then use it, or id. Okay, the color should be of F white color. The font weight should be bold. Okay, bold. See that? Now the font family, like what do we say, uh, the font style doesn't look good. For that, I'll add in the body. I'll tell, or else we use this one, hashtag. This means for every tag element, for every style which is applied to a tag, just apply this style. What do we call? Font family to sans serif. Okay, you can see the font family has changed. This is how. The next one is, I want it to be in the center. For that, we use, if you want to align a single element without using any display flex box or that, we use text align center. Okay, this will align the text in the center based on this width. We don't need to use any flex or something. We can use this property directly to align a text in center. For left and right, same. Okay, center. Then I want this to appear in the different one. We don't have this in this. I'll just show you. In form, I want div, all the div to be of display flex. In form, I want div. Inside form, there is a div tag. In that, I want to apply the flex, display flex, and flex direction to column. Now you can see that we have the username. You can directly use that. You can name a class name for that, or you can do that. But I'll just simply use this. Now in this, I'll just give a class name of form group. Okay, class. I'll copy this. Okay, in form group. In form group, the class name, right? So we use dot for that. Form group, and in that label should be of color white. Okay, what 1 minute. I think the spelling is wrong. Form group. Okay, okay, we got the color, and then font size to 12 pixels. I don't want it to be large. This is enough, I guess. And I want a spacing between each and every character. Okay, slow down a little. Okay, cool. Letter spacing to 0.6 pixels. Okay, you can see that there is a spacing between. I'll show you how it looks. If I make this 1 pixels, see that there is a gap between each and every character. Now how it looks. Okay, I want to make this look like this. So I want to style the input tag now. And also there is a placeholder called email address and password. For that I'll add in this here. I'll add a placeholder. This is for password, right? So password and placeholder username. Okay. Now you see that, yeah, password and username. I want to style the input element. There should be a background color of same as the login form, and there should be a border of white color. For that, I'll add in the form group, and in that input, I want the background color should be of this one, okay, and there should be a border of 1 pixels solid of color white. Okay, you see that here. Now there is a padding here. See that there is a padding here. So for that we use padding of top and bottom. You can add top and bottom. Suppose for the top and bottom 10 pixels for the top and bottom padding, and for the left and right I'll add let's suppose 6 pixels. You can also use padding left, padding right, and all. This is one of the method. Yeah, 10 pixels for top and bottom, and the left and right 6 pixels. Okay, now we'll see it. Yeah, I think this is enough. I think the top and bottom should be a bit, 8 is enough. Okay, now I think this doesn't look good. There should be a gap between. There should be a row gap. So in the form div, because here there should be a gap between label and input, right? So this is in comes under the form group. We can use the form group class directly. I'll use this. The row gap would be suppose 6 pixels. Okay, you see that there is a gap, and I'll just move this. There should be see that there should be a gap between this. So that for that I'll just margin top to 10 pixels. Okay, like I think 20, 15 section, okay, 16 pixels. That is enough. Now the border looks too dark or too vibrant. I'll just make this 0.6. Okay, this is enough. And the font size should be okay. The next one is the forget password. Okay. This, 10 pixels and the font size will be 13.5, 13.5, 13.6. Okay, yeah, that is it. The next one is span. So you see that we can use span directly, but we'll use inside form group. Form group there will be a span. Okay, so form group span. Then color should be of this color. Okay, and the font size should be I think 13 or 12.5 pixels. Okay, is this enough? Okay, we'll make it more. I think 14. I'll just name this 18 and then this as 19. This looks too. 16 is enough. Okay, 15 is enough. Okay, this is enough. Then we have the login button. Okay, we'll style the button in form. Okay, in form we have the button in the form, right? So yeah, in the form there is a button. The background color should be of this, and the color of the text should be white. Okay, and the width should be 100%. I'll show you. The width should be 100%. Okay, because we have the 100%. This is the padding. This is the 100%, and then I'll add a padding for this too. Padding top and bottom will be 10 pixels. Left and I think we don't need the left and right. Okay, and the font I'll increase the font size. Font size will be 13 pixels. I think 14 is enough. 14 pixels. Okay. 1 minute. Okay, submit. 16 and then letter spacing to 0.7 pixels. Okay, yeah, this is enough. Now next one we have not a member and the sign in one. 1 minute. I'll just name this class as colored. Okay, just for the changing the color. And this in the form I'll just name this class member. Okay, first of all, for the member the color should be white. Okay, the font size should be 15 pixels, and in member we have a class called color. You can use this. In membered we have a class name. This is the class name. We can use span too, but I'll use the class name so that you can get to know about all the different ways. Colored. Okay, the color should be this one. Now you see that we have this one. This is how it done. And also you can see there is a border on the button. For that we'll do that. In button border should be none, which means there should be no border. Okay, now we need to add the gaps between this. How can we do that? One way is we can use the margin top to suppose 14 pixels of 1 minute. 14 pixels. Okay, what happened? I think we need to reload. Okay, remember margin top, what happened? Or else I'll add a margin bottom here, margin bottom to 17 pixels. Okay, yeah, the button, margin bottom button. Okay, here then another how it looks. Okay, there should be a margin. So what I can do is here top and bottom the margin should be 22 pixels and the left and right should be 0 simply. Okay, this is enough, or else I will do this 25 and this should be in the center, text align center. Okay, what happened, brother? Okay, I think in a minute I'll just add a br new line tag. Okay, or else what we can do is see that in form we have this one, this is one element, this is one element, this one is one, this one and this one. What we can do is here in form we can add a display flex. By default it is flex row, it doesn't look good. For that we'll simply use flex direction to column. Okay, now it is similar. Now I will add now you can see that it is in the center. That is because the span element aligns in a single line. When we use two div elements, it will appear one below one. Okay, whereas in case of span it will appear in the single line. That is the reason. Now instead of adding margin to each and everything, what we can do is you can simply add row gap for all the elements, for all the containers of 20 pixels. Okay, but here we don't want it to happen, so for that for now we won't use this. We'll just simply keep this as it is, and then in the member I'll just add margin top to, or else I'll just already we did this here, right? Okay, here 25 pixels, this is enough I guess. And for the margin bottom, and there should be a margin, or else we can add padding bottom to 20 pixels. Okay, this is enough. Yeah, this is it. Or else in this we have, okay, we'll add a more padding to the whole form. I'll add a padding of 23 pixels. I think we need more, or else we can, what we can do is here 23 and the left and right would be 35 pixels. Okay, yeah, this is enough. And the forget password in form group span, right? In the form group span we'll add a margin top to 10 pixels. I think 8 is enough, 8 pixels. Okay, yeah, this is enough. So this is it, guys. Just let me know if you have any doubts quickly. Is everything clear? We already have 38 members. Even the session is till 8. That's great, man. Thank you. Thank you for each and everyone listening. I think quiz I did not got any response for that. We'll definitely have it tomorrow. So actually I haven't get any response from them yet. But we will have a quiz. That is for sure. I think we'll have it tomorrow. All clear. Great, Rakesh. Yes, sir. It's GB. Okay, cool. Does it look good? Just let me know. Can we add containers to every section and style the section? Like, can we add containers to every section? Actually, I did not get your question. HK. Can we add containers to every section and style the section? Yeah, we can do that. You mean the class, right? Yeah, we can do that. So this is, see, this is one container. Okay, it contains two elements. One is label and input. This is another container. It contains three elements: span, input, and label. Can we shape the div to round? Yeah, we can do that. I'll show you. So in the form, suppose you want to round this one, right? So what you can do is in the form here, I'll just add where is the form? Okay, here border radius to 50%. You can do this. It will add a 50%. You see that? It is round. How to host a site? We'll discuss that later, some other time, because it needs some time. So this is how you do the round one. Okay. You can also add values to that. Suppose if you want to 100 pixels, 100 pixels. Okay. Okay. Cool. Any other doubts? And also thanks for listening this long, guys. I think for static, instead of using render, we can use GitHub pages because it is more simple. If you have a complex app, like you are using, I have idea on that. Okay. For now, you can watch videos on YouTube how to host a static site using GitHub. You'll get plenty of videos. Okay. To an input edges. Yeah, we can do that. Same. To input, just add a border radius to 20 pixels, suppose. You see that? 20 pixels. Okay. Guys, any other doubts? More 5 minutes. Bro, you make it interest to us. Thanks, brother. Means a lot. Thanks, Rakesh. Guys, any other doubts? Thank you, Rakesh. Yeah. I think I'm going out of my comfort zone and trying new things. I'm an introverted guy, so yeah. I just wanted to get out of my comfort zone. So I'm trying new things for that. This is first time doing a session like this, so yeah, I made a lot of mistakes. People, you have to practice. It doesn't help you if you only listen. Yeah, that is correct. HK. Guys, you need to practice. You can start cloning websites and you can share it with me. As I already mentioned my LinkedIn, right? Just share it to me. We can get you projects. Okay, we can help you in future if you are able to build good websites, right? So I can definitely help you, and we have a good team. We can help you guys. Yeah, it got cured, bro. Mohan Reddy. It was waiting for the session. Thank you, bro. Hope you go. Yeah, thanks, Rakesh. Guys, any other doubts? By the way, how is this login page looking? I just downloaded it from an internet. Okay. I think it's simple, but you can try. You can search for websites and start cloning it. You can just search websites to clone. Okay. You'll get this. I think this is not this one. I'll show you. Yeah, this one. Yeah, quiz will be tomorrow. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, go on to this website. I think my internet is slow, I guess. you'll see multiple websites here. Just start cloning this, okay? It is not loading, guys. Just see this website, Webflow 14 Inspiration Agency website design. You can in this you can start cloning this. I have started from this. I think this one. This was the first website which I have cloned in the first year, and now you can see. Similarly, you can do it too. Just start cloning it and start doing projects. See, only listening to a session won't make you good at web development. Okay, just start practicing and keep learning. That is the only way. Okay, okay then. Bye guys. We'll meet tomorrow.